People are spamming Alma in chat. She's so
Nice.
cute.
Yeah, we have Franker Z up, so all your
Yeah.
FFZs are there.
All my one FFZ emotes. Okay, apparently I'm on.
Oh,
So.
okay. See ya. Good
Yep.
luck.
See ya.
I will not make fun of people now.
You can make fun of me if you want to.
Okay.
I guess I should do a counter or something.
Hmm.
Should I do after the loading screen or before? Let's do before. 3, 2, 1, go. Also, I had to select my difficulty. I forgot that. Hello, everybody. I'm Swartt. I'm gonna be skipping some dialogue here. Oh yes, I didn't quit out the game. Yay!
Yay! First
my-
hard skip out of the way.
First hard skip. My co-host is, or co-commentator is Blood Thunder. Please introduce yourself.
Hi. You already know me.
Yeah.
So.
You already did your runs, right?
Yeah, I did Wolfenstein last night.
Yeah. Did it go well? I didn't catch anything because I was sleeping. Oops.
That's pretty good.
Nice. Anyways, this is F.E.A.R. Came out 2005, I think, if I remember correctly.
It's really spooky.
Yeah, it's really spooky. It's better than Half-Life 2. That's all I'm gonna say about this game. No, not really. It's a really good game. Like, most people have fond memories of the multiplayer and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And it has cute girls in it, which are your daughter, almost. Technically your mother, but you know.
Yeah.
She looks like your daughter. Oh, I got the swag straps on the door handle. Anyways.
If you're into loving your daughter, who's actually your mother,
Yeah.
while also being your sister, then you'll like this game.
Yeah, exactly. Also, I'm running version 1.0, which is called any %, because it's faster than current patch.
And so much better.
Yes, there is a divide in the community of like 4 people, about which category is better. And some people think it's any %, some people think it's current patch. But
People who like current patch only like current patch because they don't have access to any %.
yes, that is probably like the truest part about that discussion. Yeah, anyways, here's the main antagonist who likes jam, I think it was we settled on.
Raspberry jam.
Raspberry jam.
And there's a refrigerator on the roof for some reason.
And also the dead man's name was Charles Hamburger. Pretty good name, I think.
It's pretty
For a guy.
tasty.
Yeah, it's a pretty tasty dude. He's had a lot of strawberry jam on him. Strange thing to have in a hamburger, but you know, I'm not gonna judge. Anyways, we get some exposition, I think. He's like all ominous and stuff. And we don't really care about the story because if you try and follow the story in the run, you're not gonna get much out of it. We skip quite a lot of it.
Doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
No, not really.
The story in itself doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but
Even
makes
on the
even
better
less sense
days,
now.
you don't know what the story's about, so yeah. That's absolutely true. So we're just gonna go back to our colleagues here, and right now we're on a timer for the level to end. So we're just gonna try and close as many doors as possible and get as far away as possible from other people, and we got the last door. Yay! So yeah, that was like the tutorial level. Now we get some, like, for some reason in this game, you can't skip all cutscenes. You can skip like 5 of them, like 4 of them. 3 in the beginning and then the one after this one. And it makes absolutely no sense why you can't skip the rest of them. But you know, I'm just happy we can skip the intro.
yeah, skipping an intro is really nice.
Yeah,
It's pretty long.
it's like 2 minutes or like 5. I can't remember, I never watched it.
I watched it the first time I played, and that was about it.
Yeah, I watched it the first time I played when I was like 15. It's like a decade ago. So coming up is something called guard skip. We're gonna clip inside a dude, which sounds very, very nice. But yeah, we're gonna clip inside a dude, get some extra height when jumping, and skip walking around. Also saving these guys. Normally they're up dead, but we're gonna save them, even though they're kind of jerkasses.
Yeah, instead of just dropping you off after the gate, they drop you off before it and tell you to go open it. It's kind of a dick move.
And I got it first try, nice. I should probably note that I haven't played this for 6 months. Last time I did a full run was probably for Shots Fired 1. So I'm a bit rusty. hopefully muscle memory kicks in and I'll just be able to not mess up too much. Also, probably good if I remember the routes, you know, the normal stuff.
As long as you know how to clip out of bounds, you're pretty good.
Right, that was, what was the combination now again? No, I'm just kidding. We're gonna get to that later. Clipping out of bounds in this game is very easy on patch 1.0. It's pretty cool too. Please don't crash. Sometimes when you kill that guy by melee, the game crashes. I don't know why. It happened to me like 2 times. It didn't happen this time, so I'm happy. There's also gonna be a probability of a soft lock later. I think it's one of Blood Thunder's favorite soft locks in the game. You know which one I'm talking about?
I don't even remember what it is. No.
It's the window. Don't you remember
Oh.
the soft lock? You can actually miss a trigger in a
window.
cutscene. It's pretty amazing. Whoops.
Yes, the game takes control of you, and it can just make you miss a trigger,
Yep. It's probably my favorite
For-
soft lock in the game.
whatever reason.
Yeah, now we're gonna do a box boost. I actually threw a grenade over there. Kill this guy for safety reasons.
The grenade is very important. It changes the physics for whatever reason.
Yeah. So for some reason, oh, did I get a first try? Oh, I did. I got box boost first try. Whatever
Nice.
reason, when you throw a grenade, the game changes physics, and it's so weird. But it's helpful for us because we can do box boost, which you just saw.
You can also do some boosts later on, but you don't really need to throw a grenade for those.
You have the explosive rocket launchers or whatever later. And now we're on our way to the possible soft lock. I'm probably gonna quick save before it, just in case, because I have to do this this entire like hallway, which is not that long, but it's like in slow mo. So it's really annoying to have to do this again if you miss the trigger.
Yeah, you typically don't want that to happen.
Yes, missing triggers is normally bad, at least the ones you want to hit. So, also there's Alma, she's very cute. She also likes to blow things up. I actually hit the trigger. If you don't hit the trigger, you fall down on the floor and then you lay on your side for the entire, like, eternity. It's pretty cool soft lock, but thankfully we did not get to see it. So now we're on to another level, I think. I can't remember much. Everything is just like a grey mess of concrete in this game. But I think this is where we get familiar with something called, what do we call it? Skywalk? No, we would call it like airwalking, right?
Yeah, airwalking, I believe, is the technical term for it.
Also, you can't send him alone, because that's crazy. That's exactly what we're gonna do, obviously. Also, you never have allies in this game. They're always like behind you. It's pretty bullshit. But, you know, it's fine. So right now we're gonna do something called, like we discussed earlier, the airwalk. Oops, I didn't get it. You can get into like a locked Z axis or whatever, like one of the axes you can lock, and then you can walk in the air. And that's pretty cool. And then we can do something else with that, which is get out of bounds. Okay, can't remember where I'm supposed to go here. Oh, I did remember. Since you do like air walking out of bounds, like not a lot of textures are loaded, so you kind of have to know which direction you're heading, because otherwise you're gonna get lost. And it's pretty dope, these techniques. So we're gonna actually do it like straight away again, if I can do this. I haven't practiced these ones. These are the hard ones. Here's another ladder. We have to do an extended what do we call it? Ladder clips?
Yeah, extended ladder clip. You have to like re-crouch,
Yeah, I
and
just
it
did
to
that.
reset your position. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's like super strange.
And we found out this only works if you have toggle crouch turned off.
Wait, I didn't
Or is
have.
it
Oh,
on?
I thought I had my. Okay, I think I
The
got it.
important
this
thing to remember about airwalking is you can't gain height. You can only lose height. by
Yes,
crouching.
that is something.
Well, you
that
can
we
gain
haven't
height by like boosting off stuff, but
If you find like ladders, which we're gonna find soon, staircases should have said, you can gain extra height, but you can also get inbounds quite easily if you're not careful. Because you have to kind of like walk on the edge, which we're gonna do now. I think I have the height enough for this. You also have very floaty controls, so it's very easy for. There we go. I did it. I didn't get the inbounds. Woo! There's very floaty controls in this game, so if you take a step forward, like you go like 2 steps forward, it's kind of can mess you up.
and you kind of slide a bit around. Which
Yeah,
can
it's like ice
lead to
physics
issues.
basically. Also, the level design in this game is pretty amazing. Everything is like a maze, and you get like no direction of where you're supposed to go. So you just walk around until you find bad guys, and then you know you're on the right path, I think. That's how I did it when I played it the first time. It's like, oh, there's bad guys, I'm probably going the right way. Did I get this first try? Oh, I did. Nice. I got this
yeah,
is the
it's
hardest,
the hardest
ladder
clip.
by far the hardest clip, because there's actually I think there's like backup strats, but the hardest part is like the ladder is so far from the wall.
Mhm.
Also, you see the ladder right here is you can use this to get out of bounds, but I haven't practiced that. That's the so-called fast strats. I'm gonna take the safe strats. It's about the same time, I think.
Yeah, it's a lot harder to do, and it saves very small amount of time.
I think that was fast. Oh,
Just the way you have to gain height is a little trickier.
yeah, exactly. You have to have a specific height when you get off the ladder, because your height can vary depending on when you crouched during the ladder clip and whatever. Like it's a lot of variables. So right now the end trigger for this level, I haven't done this fight in forever, is like you have to kill a bunch of guys in this courtyard. So hopefully you can kill them and not die. Normally you just lose a bunch of time if you don't kill them. But they like to run around, and that's basically just gonna cost you more time just hunting people down.
It's also pretty nice to pick up a shotgun here. They dropped.
Yeah.
That gun's cool.
I inverted my punch button from another game I'm playing, so I accidentally turn on slow-mo sometimes. Also, this game has slow-mo, we didn't talk about that. Probably should mention the slow-mo mechanic. If you
Great for casual playing, not so great for speedrunning.
yeah, except when you want to do boosting, because then you need it. But yeah, you can do like the Max Payne style of bullet time in this game. It's the meter in the middle, it drains, and you have like a limited amount of slow-mo. But it makes you faster relative to everything else, which allows us to catch up to flying objects and jump on them. And that is in turn what lets us do box boost and stuff like that.
Yeah, if you try to do box boost without slow-mo, it just flies away. You won't
Yeah.
catch it.
Super flies away super fast. Also, these guys are gonna die naturally because there are allies, and if there are allies, they're probably gonna end up dead.
Anytime you're in a helicopter in this game, it's a bad thing. You don't want to be in a helicopter.
Yeah, helicopters are kind of cursed in this game. If they ever get offered a ride in this game, never take it. Which, funnily enough, we're gonna experience later when we rescue Alice Wade. These snowshoes. Anyways, onwards to this level. I can't remember. Is this the level where we don't have a ladder for a while? Also,
There is no ladder in this level.
yeah, I remember correctly. Woo! Also, slide kicking indoors is pretty good. Slide kicking kills all enemies in like one hit, and also pushes you through them. So if they're ever blocking your way, you just slide kick them or jump kick. I think slide kick is slightly faster. I haven't tested it, but it's basically the same. But yeah, you can jump and slide kick, and it's like overpowered as hell.
Yeah, you really don't need weapons in this game.
Yeah, you can do like, I
Punch and
think you
kick.
can do an only melee run. I'm not sure.
I'm sure you could.
Depends on how brave you are, I guess. This is so sloppy. Also, this game has backpack reloading, which is pretty cool. Whenever you put down your weapon or put a holster weapon, you get all your ammo like in your reloaded for you.
And that was actually patched.
Yeah,
So if
so
you're
that's
playing
why
current
current patch
patch,
sucks.
you
That's like the main thing that I hate about current patch. You actually have to care about your ammo count. Like you have to reload your weapons, like some savage. But yeah, backpack reloading is like a really nice thing. Oh yeah, right. Sometimes if you move too fast when the like level starts, you get locked in the seaplane almost. Basically, they deactivate your jump, and I don't know why, but they do. Okay, coming up is Chester skip. We're gonna skip a guy named Chester who's actually not named Chester, but we call him Chester because he looks like a Chester. He's pretty annoying. I don't think anybody likes him.
He also has forced cameos in the other F.E.A.R games.
Yeah. Also, there's
Which is
corner climbing in
even
this
more
game.
annoying.
I forgot to talk about corner climbing.
It's not really seen on any percent too much.
Yeah, exactly. There's two cases of it. The one I just did, and there's later another case in the end called Pylon Skip, which used to be a salt factory, but now it's free, so that's nice. A lot of lost runs to Pylon Skip. Okay, I'm gonna do a lot of quick saving here because this requires some precise setup. I'm gonna use this tile.
Yeah,
here.
you need the tiles to fall in just the right way so you can push them.
Yeah. Okay, I got
And
a bad
then you-
pattern, so I'm probably just gonna be faster to reload. So you want one of these, normally, like that, and then we're gonna quick save again. And we're gonna jump on this thing. Nope, that was terrible. We're gonna use a grenade to jump on these tiles. And with a bit of luck, we're gonna get out of bounds using this. This is a really hard trick. Ball Thunder can back me up on that, I hope.
Yeah, it's not a fun trick to really do.
No.
It's cool, but there's so many things that can go wrong. Just physics. The grenade can kill you if you're too close to it.
And now
Then
we
you have to do a lot of precise jumps,
Yeah.
which is coming up.
We are now having to, what do you call this? Walking on edges, I guess? Oh shit, I got inbounds. This is why we do a lot of quick saving. Because this game loves to get you inbounds again.
Very easy to clip in, very easy to fall down.
Basically, it's really easy to mess that up. It went pretty sloppy, but you know, also there's all map again. It was fine. I could have gotten a lot worse. I had a bad, like, you can get different patterns when the tiles fall down, and that's like one of the hardest things to correct if you get a bad pattern. That's why I quick save before I jump down, because it's that can like cost you a lot of time. Yeah, so we just did Chester skip.
The next level, I think, has one of the biggest skips early on, and it's
Is this-
stupidly easy to do.
Is the next one my favorite one? It's probably my favorite map next. I can't remember which order they come in. It's like I still don't know after running this for like 500 or 600 hours. Like also skeleton football is coming up.
It's bishop skip.
Bishop skip. Yeah, I was thinking about the one you do out of bounds when you like the ladder at the start of the level. Whatever, we'll get to that. Yeah, bishop skip is up next. It's like Wolfender said, it's one of the easier ones, and it saves a lot of time. Also, that was the anger room. Apparently people were angry in that room. According to the dialogue, at least.
Yeah, where all the raspberry jam is.
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
someone dropped some and they got mad.
Yeah.
So they
It's like when you
lost all
drop
their jam.
a like a can of raspberry jam and it like shoots up in the air, like ceiling, because of physics. This is really hard if you're not practiced like I am. Or unpracticed. So it's probably gonna take me a few tries. Might even have to kill everybody. Because these guys do a lot of damage. Okay. I'm gonna reload and probably just kill everybody. I have not practiced the skip. Come on, jump. It's very precise. It's very free, but it's also very precise. There we go. That was terrible, but you know, it's cool. We got there eventually. Also, let's see if we get to see Alma again.
Jumping up on that railing and over it just saves like a huge side quest with a bunch of fights, and the guy stress.
Yeah. So basically, there's a guy named Bishop apparently, and we're supposed to save him, and we just did by not saving him. So now we're gonna join him on the roof. Also, there's a crouch walking event, which makes you go full speed. We didn't talk about that either, I don't think.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff you just kind of glance over.
Yeah, it goes by so fast. Also, this is Frank the bird. He's a good bird. Very good name for a bird also. I'd just like to point that out. Cough cough. So I'm gonna pick up some extra supplies here. I don't actually need it, but it's nice to have. I'm actually full on health packs, which is not typical. Which makes me very happy because you can be like you can be quite thirsty for health packs sometimes. Also, there's some optimized combat coming up, which basically means you throw a grenade in the room and everybody dies. That is, normally one guy survives, but that's fine. He's not gonna bother us. And now we're doing some hardcore parkour on some I don't know what this is, like construction sites. There we go. That was actually pretty good. There's a lot of firefighting going on, and I don't know which side is on which, like which person is on which side. You just kill everybody normally. There's not a lot of thinking involved in this game normally.
No, just running and punching.
And slide door, kicking indoors. Pretty good. We'll also try and kill as few people as possible. Oh, we didn't talk about the difference in speed between different weapons either. It's like, this is like Counter-Strike, like different weapons weigh you down more if you have them out. So normally you want to use like weapons that kill fast and weapons that doesn't weigh a bunch. And the shotgun kills fast and the pistol doesn't weigh a bunch, so we use those mainly. So that's why we holster all the time also. Because you run faster. If only there was a knife in this game, we could cut down the time even more. Also, this wall can kill you. There's a ladder down there we're gonna use, and it can kill you if you land on the ladder. If you're unlucky, but we didn't, so that's fine.
It's a very tiny hitbox that you can hit.
Yeah, and it's really annoying. Oh right, now we're gonna do some teleportation, because in this game you can teleport in water if you grab a ladder. And I have no idea how that works, but it does. So I'm happy about it, I guess. I don't know. I found this quite, I wouldn't say recently, but I don't think it was known before I tried it. So we just like skipped going up in the water. Normally you, like, there's water under the level because you're supposed to raise it, but you can use that water to gain height under the level and then come under from under the level, so to speak. Let's see if I can bring this guy with me as far as possible. Oh, I have to go around. This heavy, I think they're called heavies, so you try and keep them on this elevator and he'll just go through the floor because he can't come up with me, fortunately. Also, heavies take like a lot of, they have a lot of HP, the heavy guys. Takes 4 headshots with the shotgun to kill them, I think.
Something like that.
Yeah. It's they're quite bullet sponges. It's even like if you're playing on the hardest difficulty, they are like a nightmare because they eat all your ammo.
So this level you just kind of run past everything.
Yeah, I'm gonna have some people around in this room. They're usually you run past them, but sometimes you can get weird enemy patterns in this game. Also, there's Chester again. We skipped him, but now we get to see him, and he's an asshole. He's very ungrateful that we just saved his ass, but no. He gets we get rectified for that later, so it's fine. So here you can have different permutations of enemy positions, and we got the worst one. Basically everybody's in this hallway. For some reason they did not shoot me. That was super strange. Has that ever happened to you? What?
Probably. I don't know. There's so many different ways it can happen.
Yeah. I'm doing some hardcore parkour. There's more enemies. You can actually get up there if you want with the corner climb. But it doesn't save any time. You can get out of bounds too.
So one important detail that nobody really ever notices is you have to play on like world detail medium. 'Cause there's extra items if you play on high that just are there to block your path.
Exactly. And if
Like
you play
things on tables. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, exactly. Also, if you play on the lowest the world detail, like items you need for boosting does not exist. So it's a very fine line between having too much and having too little. And thankfully, having medium is perfect. It's what they in Wisweden call it lagom, which means just right.
Otherwise, you'd have to like switch the detail midway through the run.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. Menu navigation. Also, this is my favorite map. It's a very good map. Also, whenever I look in like from outside the world into it, my frame rate goes down to the single digits sometimes. It has some very strange optimizations problems when you load in the entire map at the same time in video memory. Since I'm running on a pretty shitty card, like my graphics card is pretty trash, I get very serious frame drops when I'm out of bounds. The worst offender is probably Alice skip when you're supposed to get height there. But we'll get to there later. Anyway, that was a level apparently. It was a pretty good level. It's the hardest one in current patch because you don't do that. You have to actually do the entire level basically.
There's actually like too many bosses that you're supposed to fight typically. I mean, you skip them in current patch
Exactly.
by climbing, but
You do the worst corner climb in the world. It's also in the current patch there. Shoutouts to Clowns are at A10. He found a consistent way of doing that by abusing slow-mo. You can do the corner climb easier, but that used to be like the worst thing in current patch by far. Was that corner climb on the last map that I didn't get to show off, thankfully.
He's here.
I'm here apparently. So yeah. Now we're on towards the what I call the gauntlet, which is basically there's a bunch of enemies in long corridors, and thankfully I have 9 health packs and 40 armor, so it's not gonna be a problem. But if you're down to 2 health packs here, it's gonna be pretty rough, unless you want to lose time.
yeah, it's another level of running past enemies.
Yeah, there's not a lot of those in 100% actually. It's very few, since we can go out of bounds so easily.
Yeah, if you play current patch, there's a lot more that you have to deal with,
Yeah.
which people try to defend as being fun, but it's really not.
Yes, but I will say the combat in this game is pretty fun, on a casual standpoint. When you're playing this for the first time, the combat is amazing, especially the stake gun that we don't use in the run. Or the
You can
penis
stick
gun.
people to walls.
Exactly. They had the same game, same gun in what's it called? Painkiller, where you can like it's a stake gun. And you shoot people and they like get lodged in to the wall. It's pretty cool. I'm not used to this combat. Oh, we ran into the biggest enemy. I'm just very thankful that I have a lot of health packs to play around with. And another level done. It's pretty cool. So now we're on to, which is this level? Do you remember which level is after? Is this Alice Wade? It's interval 7. Very
I think it
distributed.
is Alice Wade.
Yeah. Oh right, we have to do the
Because
elevator.
if you don't do the clip, you have to start basically from the beginning.
Yeah, you don't hit any checkpoints if you do the 20%. Which is why quick saving is fun. Also, there's a elevator on the timer here. So we're gonna do a lot of running. There's not even enemies to not shoot at. We're just gonna do a lot of running. Also, you can get the kill by jumping off. We're in the elevator shaft later. Also, Alma is gonna make an appearance. Please raise your Almas. There you are. So cute. But yeah, we're gonna get some intel about some Alice Wade chick. She's in her dad's office, I think. Or something like that. We're not gonna listen to it. Because, you know, why would we ever listen to dialogue in this game? So
So one thing we didn't mention is that the windows are one way, like
Yes.
entrance. You can jump through them, but you can't jump back. It's really, really strange.
it's super weird.
It's supposed to stop you from like leaving the level,
Yeah.
but when they're in the middle of a level, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, exactly. Holy Christ. Yeah. So, oh right. Now we have to do this. This is where this level diverge when you play current patch at 90%. So we're gonna do the hardest airwalk in the game. Getting out is not the problem, it's getting back in that's the problem.
You can also get stuck in these giant, like, out of bounds boxes that you
Yeah.
can't really see.
Also, there's
And then
a
you're just stuck.
kill plane to my right, about like
Mhm.
half a meter. So if I touch that, I instantly die. That's pretty cool too, right? Random kill floors in the level. So anyways, we're supposed to get to the top of this thing. We can't get height normally, so we actually have to rescue Alice Wade, as her name is. Which is a shame, because nobody likes her either. Which is kind
And
of
she can
a
also
thing.
soft lock.
Yes,
is
she can
really
soft lock.
fun.
That's the best part about her. She can soft lock. Sometimes she will get up, sit down, and never move again. This is where my framing goes to shit. I wish I could quick save out of bounds, but quick saving removes your airwalk. Fun fact, I didn't mention that. Which makes out of bounds even harder. I also have to go in this corner to hit the trigger. Also, I'm gonna quick save right now in case Alice Wade decides to not cooperate. Oops, wrong weapon. Or wrong button. So we're gonna have to kill these guys. Thankfully we can do it while Alice Wade talks on the phone with some dude. I think the dude is our boss. Don't die. This is a pretty good idea here. I almost died. Anyways, we killed all the guys. Normally there's like 10 times more people in this level, but we skipped the trigger that spawns them. Thankfully we hit the trigger that spawns Alice, so we can continue. So,
Yeah, you can also just not spawn Alice.
yeah, you can also not spawn Alice. There's a likeness.
My car's downstairs in the parking
Also, she
garage.
doesn't want to take a helicopter. I don't know why.
Kind of.
Yeah, our boss,
Yeah,
or the
right.
character's boss, mocks her for not taking a helicopter, but then every helicopter gets shot down.
Yeah.
So
I did there is a quick load to get rid of oh, nice. Someone just ran by Blood's house. So I quick loaded right after the checkpoint because I need my jump again to jump over this chair. And also, like right here, I'm just gonna ignore these guys. Alice Wade is very picky about who she doesn't like. So these guys are actually not a problem for her to run past, but if she sees any other enemy, then she's just gonna run and hide. But not these ones. Also, can I remember how I did the... I'm probably gonna try and get Alice Wade outside of the elevator if I can, if she can get back here. There she is. So I'm gonna quick save and try this.
doing this saves no time. It's just a funny little.
So she hit the
Trick you
button, and now she's over there. And we're gonna leave without her. It cost me 2 health packs, but that's fine. I don't need them.
You
Also, I
get
picked-
plenty of health packs in this part, anyways.
yeah. Also, you can get more in this section. So we're in a elevator section where we have to wait. This is why I picked up this gun. This is the antimatter rifle. I don't know, something like that. I picked it up because I'm bored, so I want to shoot dudes. So that's the entire reason for this weapon. Anyways, we're on a timer right now. I usually take a pee break or whatever here because you can just stand in this corner right here and not have to do anything. Also, hopefully Alice is gonna make an escape. There she is! She actually follows us down,
What are you doing?
but she doesn't really know how to use elevators, she just face through the floor. Bye again. So
You can also soft lock this elevator if you're not careful.
yes, this is also a very fun part. You can make this elevator go down too far, and when it opens the door, you don't have enough room to get out of it. It's my favorite soft lock in the game, I think. Actually, happened
I
to me like
still
twice.
don't know how to actually do it.
Yeah,
but
it's
it just
pretty.
happens.
It's pretty silly. Oh yeah, we forgot to show that she actually doesn't wear shoes. It's pretty important part to our character story.
What's going on? What happened to
So right now she's not here.
I'll wait
I think
here.
she's like over there somewhere. But oh shit, I forgot to put on my weapon. But she's right there now. And she has no shoes.
And no booty.
No booty, she's flat. She has like one polygon for her entire butt. But yeah. There's plenty of reasons to not like her, besides her appearance.
You know, the
Anyways,
fact that she exists is a good enough reason.
yes, exactly. The fact that we have to deal with her bull crap. Alright, I can do this here. And that's another level, finally. That went smoother than expected, I have to say.
Yeah, the level can just go really wrong for no reason.
Yeah,
There you
there's no
are.
reason
How
to
did
go
we get
this well.
separated?
It should go a
I
lot
remember
worse.
the power going out in the
Also, this is also the reason why you don't like her, because she talks a lot and we don't like her. She also has daddy issues. Alright, this is why I brought this gun, because there's gonna be some people. You see if I can double snipe.
Oh my
Well, her
God.
daddy didn't buy her shoes, so that's probably why she has some issues.
Yes, exactly. That's probably it. She has nice hair though. I really like her hairstyle. That's the only positive thing about her. Let's see
Sorry.
if my sniping skills are on point. So, yeah, I got two guys with one. So I took, and then I missed, of course. When people are not alerted, they take more damage. They have lower health, I think. There's some stupid rule like that. So I managed to kill two people with one bullet. Normally they can tank one bullet. Oh, anyways. Hardcore parkour, right here. So this level, what happens in this level? I can't remember.
You clip out of bounds and skip the garage.
Right, we're doing the, what do we call that? We didn't even call that something, right? It's just another out of bounds.
I think we just called it out of bounds. I think this is the first one we found, and we actually did the current pouch route. And then we found this ladder clipping,
Yeah, and it's amazing.
or rediscovered it.
You can do a object boost to get up there and save time, but that's the physics in this game are not really what I would call consistent. So you have to get very lucky if you want to do an object boost there and get up to Alice.
You can also just use the rockets, but then you're probably gonna die.
Yes, and they're also
Very precise.
they have a spread on the first rocket. No other gun in this game has a spread on the first bullet, but the rocket launcher has. It shoots 3 rockets. But yeah, and they're like in random directions, so you're never gonna get like a consistent consistency. Okay, let's see if I can remember where I'm supposed to go after this out of bounds. I think I'm gonna go right. Oh, I was right. I remember the route. That's very helpful. Also, this room. Oh, never mind. I used to think that this room was not loaded in current percent, but you're actually just lower when you get to this part in current patch. So you don't have to do the ducking. So to get like you can't gain height like we said, but you can lose height by crouching, or quick save and quick loading, which will get rid of your airwalk. And I'm gonna use that right here to fall down on this trigger, which ends the level. Also, if you mess up, you have to revert to your last checkpoint, since you lose your airwalk. So if you miss your target, then you're gonna be in a rough shape.
Yeah, it's a little bit safer just to crouch all the way down there.
Yeah. Also, here's a helicopter. There's probably nothing that's gonna go wrong with this one, right? Just a nice tour of the city in our helicopter. So we get more like exposition. There's an underground facility in the industrial area, I think.
And you have to go to some crack houses. It's kind of weird.
Yeah. It's I don't know how they managed to do that undetected, but apparently they managed to like smuggle people in and out and whatever. Okay, so now we're in the crack house, or slums, or apartments, or what do you want to call them.
He looks okay.
Also, here are our allies, and they're obviously not going to follow us, because that would be like a smart thing to do.
But it'll be a while before I can ice skate again.
Rip ice skating. So we're gonna have to go on our own again.
You sure
But
you wanna send him
actually,
along?
in
These guys ain't fucking
in
around.
one of the DLCs, or actually expansion packs as they were called back in the day, you had an ally. Do you remember which one it was? That you had an ally?
No.
No, me neither.
It's not really worth keeping with the allies.
No. One of them were good, one of them were not so good. That's all I remember. I think it was Prometheus. What was it called? One was Extraction Point, the other one was good. Right?
Action Point and Perseus Mantis.
Yeah, right. Wait, turn me though. I got turned around. Shit. Alright. Here. I normally take a different route there. So I get turned around. Also, there's a boss fight coming up. Quote unquote boss fight. And like every other enemy in this game, we're gonna avoid it. If I can just throw this grenade. Oops, I could not throw that grenade. That's fine. Oh, it actually still worked. So that was a boss, quote unquote. Here comes some even harder parkour. I don't know if this is intended, but you can go on the outside of this building instead of the inside. And it almost feels like it's meant to be this way, but it's hard to tell. So we just skip like entire level here. Also, there's snipers with anti-matter rifles. They do a lot of damage. You do not want to get hit unless you have to. Right. No, wait. Oh shit. I keep getting turned around. Everything looks the same in this level. But we're fine now. Also, Alice Wade, which we just saw there, has a special superpower, I guess. She can actually turn herself into cardboard and clean up very fast. So that's pretty cool. Also, more scary moments. I think I'm actually gonna shoot these ghosts. Normally I just tank them, but they do 70 damage. And I only have one health pack, so I do not wanna get too much lower if I don't have to. Because we have another like courtyard coming up, courtyard fight with rocket launchers. And the fun thing about the rocket launcher is that they block your movement, like they stop you from moving for a short period of time. They also knock you back. They have knockback, so if you get like chained by rockets, you just stand there, take a lot of damage, and can't move. And it's obviously slow to get knocked back, so it's pretty annoying getting hit by rockets. But to remedy this fact, I made up a strat, which is basically abuse the properties of bullet time. Because enemy reacts slower when you use bullet time, so you can cover more distance without them shooting at you, which is really nice. So if I keep chaining, oh shit, this is gonna go bad. If I keep chaining my what's it called, slow-mos correctly, then I'm not supposed to get hit. But like I said, I'm rusty, so bad things happen sometimes. I should not have picked that up. I tried to gain some health by picking up the health pack, but I should probably just overload it there. So I'm down to 0 health packs. Thankfully we're done with all the hard parts of the game, I think. There's no other part that requires health packs from what I can remember.
Yeah, it's helpful in the end when you have to deal with a lot of ghosts, but even then you can just get by with basically none.
Yeah. I'm not gonna go for the swag strats for the car. You can do some swag strats where you jump over it, but no, I'm not going to.
It saves about 2 seconds and you have a high risk of dying.
Yes, extremely high
So-
risk of dying.
Yeah, you have to jump just right.
Yeah. It's not too difficult, but it's not really worth the risk. Also, I probably needed more health packs for the next upcoming part, which is like the ladder of doom. Sometimes you take a lot of damage on this ladder. I'm gonna
It just depends on how the enemies
feel.
behave.
Yeah, how they feel that day, basically. Because they can, on a given run, do either 50 or 200 damage on this ladder. And it almost looks... I'm gonna fix it here. Thankfully, I got the airwalk quick, so... we're fine. There's a lot of invisible walls here, by the way. You can get, like, in these giant invisible boxes, boxed in. But if you get boxed in, you can actually go under them because they don't have a floor. So that's nice.
Yeah, it took me a while to realize that you can just clip through the floor of most of these.
Yeah. So now we're gonna go to the end of the level, which is an elevator shaft right here. And I'm gonna do the same thing I did with the helicopter thing when we got to the helicopter, which is drop down with quick save, quick load.
This level also is different on current patch because you grab a grenade launcher,
Yep.
which we'll have to grab an extra one at the end to do a certain trick.
Yep.
90%. You could grab it now, but it just takes way too long to go and grab.
Yeah. And it's much quicker to grab it. Okay, so I'm gonna have to do slow-mo here because I want to get it here. And these turrets wreck your face quite easily. So here comes the second hardest ladder clip, because you need a specific height, and I don't think I even got out. You need a specific height unless you do the Cherno strats. And getting that specific
Yeah,
height.
even if you go lower than that, there's an extreme backup where you climb on forever.
Yeah. So this is probably where I'm gonna lose a lot of time. Because I can't remember how to set up for this.
Yeah, as long as you get out of bounds, you're okay, but
Yeah.
giddy.
Should I do the ladder? I don't think I have to do the ladder right. I could probably just go around. I hope. Yes. So we got there. Where do I go? Right here. I almost forgot my way back in. But it's fine. We got there. We lost a lot of time. So here's a place where the game can crash. If you go too far, too fast, right here, if you go down these steps too fast, then the game crashes on you, like hard crashes. And that's not very fun.
Yeah, it's not
Also,
fun.
there's Chester. He got shot, which is nice, because we don't like him. So shots fired, I guess.
So there's as we mentioned, we need the grenade launcher, so we just clip out instead.
Yep.
And the skip itself is really annoying to do.
Yeah, the current patch version of this trick is really annoying. It used to be super hard. It used to be inconsistent, but then some friends, I can't remember who did it, but someone found a consistent way. But normally you click down from up there, you do corner climb, and then you click down into the level. We're just gonna take the back door in. Also, hope you can't hear too much of the people outside. Hopefully I don't mess this up, and I did not mess it up. Way first try. That was actually really fast. And by really fast I mean mediocre, but you know, you have to hype yourself up, right? So do you want to talk about
That's
floppy
not
boost,
bad.
or should I?
You can talk about it.
Okay, so we're coming up with floppy boost. Yes,
You're the one that named it, so.
Yeah. Also, I named it floppy boost. It's a pretty good name. And I did not forget my rocket launcher. So if you go too far forward here, the door closes behind you, and you can't go back. But we really want to go back, so we're gonna stick exactly at that angle and length. And we're gonna get this floppy disk reader, which is not actually a floppy disk reader, but it looks like one, so I named it like one. we're gonna do is very specific setup here, and we're actually gonna get over to the other side. Hopefully. This is probably the hardest object boost in the game.
Yes, because of how you have to stand on the railing and
Yes.
how annoying that can be.
Also, fun fact, that railing is inverted. Normally they're supposed to be round, but they're like inverted. Also got the second try. Nice.
Nice.
This railing on the right side is fine. The one on the left is inverted, so you get slippery sloped on it, and you get stuck on it. Like
Yeah, I
it
can
eats
just eat your jump. Yeah.
Yeah, and all
Very
all your movement. It's a nightmare. So you have to stand on the like extreme end of it. Also, once I got, I don't know if you can see it on stream, but there's like a groove right there. I managed to get over there once. It's a pretty cool place to be. I did it with floppy boosting on the other direction. Just, also, here's Alma. I hope you like boobs, because she doesn't really like clothes that much.
Yeah, and you have to remember this is your mom as well,
Yes, and also kind of your sister.
and your daughter,
Yeah, exactly. And in the second game, she's your girlfriend, Indian.
and your second cousin.
Yeah, she also
A
your own
lot
grandpa.
of family.
It's very southern-esque. I don't know. Is that offensive to you in America? I don't
No.
know. Okay, good. It's very southern-esque. Also, this is hell, I think. Spawns a bunch of ghosts, and they're pretty inconsequential because you can just run away from them, because that's a time setting. And now we get ghosts in real life, and this is really spooky, so we're gonna shoot the ghosts. Also, I threw away my pistol. The pistol one-shots them. Fun fact, we skipped this the part where we killed the last boss of the game. And you're supposed to lose all your weapons, but we kept all our weapons. So that's pretty cool. Also, this is Pion Skip. It used to be, like I said, very salty skip, but thankfully nowadays it's super free. Thanks to Snowy Snow Wolf, I think that made it consistent. I can't remember.
I think you made it consistent in current patch. I found the spot on any percent.
Right.
Snow is too good for any percent.
Yeah, exactly. So this is just more of these ghosts. It goes into forced slow-mo, which is pretty like boring. But could be worse. At least we're not gonna die. It's very hard to die to these creatures on the highest level. So coming up next, I think it's the last level, right?
Yes, which has the potential to soft lock, but
Yes. So I'm
hopefully you
gonna fix
remember
it.
the way to avoid it.
Yes, I lost a world record run, one of the better runs I ever did, to a soft lock right here. It was pretty hype. I kind of hated myself after that one. But I also figured out why it's soft locked. So that's pretty cool, I guess. So now I know how to avoid it better. Basically what happens, one of the ghosts goes out of bounds, and you can't proceed until you kill all the ghosts, so you can't kill the ghost out of bound. Or it despawns
Yeah, and
or something.
he just stays there.
Yeah, like an asshole. Should I do the small box boost here? Or ladder box or whatever I called it? I can't remember what I called it.
Doesn't hurt to go for.
Yeah, I should try at least. I get to set up all the
So there's a small box you can blast off of a bigger box that you can jump on if it lands just right. And you save, I don't know, maybe like 4 seconds.
Yeah, you don't have to go around, basically. Like a small staircase. So that's nice. But it's not really that much. Also, the ghosts are latched to that doorway, so they all stay there. Like, they don't go further, so you can stack up like a bunch of ghosts there. So I'm gonna quick save right here, because upcoming is the final boss fight, quote unquote, or whatever you wanna call it. Where all the enemies spawn and you're supposed to kill all of them. And it's
Yeah,
supposed
this
to
is
be
where it
super-
gets soft lock.
And for some reason they thought like a horde section was the good way to end this game. I don't know about that. So. It gets pretty boring when you have explosives. Normally you're supposed to have a pistol with limited ammo, I think, here. But when you have these OP weapons, then it's not really a challenge.
So if you've been following the story, then I don't know how you did that, but you're chasing down your mother-daughter and fighting ghosts. with the grenade launcher.
Also, we just face tanked a bunch of ghosts there and just heal up, because, you know, not like we need to conserve health anymore.
I've tried to forget.
Also, here's the hospital scene again. We've been in this hospital a bunch of times. Alma likes hugs, but they're quite lethal, so we're not gonna give her hugs.
Yeah, you can run past her, but if she does hug you, then you go back pretty far.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do some glitches coming up here. I'm gonna bug out her AI. She's supposed to go towards you, but instead I'm just gonna make her stand still. If I can do this correctly. Yeah, I did. Doesn't look like I managed to do that. Normally you can make her just stand over there. I missed the trigger. Anyways, that's the last fighting we have to do. She also, can we get some Bible thumps for her baby? Because she wants it back apparently.
Yeah, which you kind of are, but
Yes, you were sort of this baby. Let's see if I can get this
You will be a god.
bug right here. I can bug out this cutscene
Take her back.
by spamming jump. There we go. So now we're in the cutscene, and she doesn't have a lower body. You're supposed to be in this like cutscene sequence, but we broke it. It's pretty cool. And also, you can fall through the floor on this elevator and die. I've done it like 3 times. It's pretty bullshit.
I've actually never had that happen.
I know. I think I'm the only one that did. Also, the ending of this game really blew me away the first time I saw it. Sorry, I had to. But yeah, this is the end. So I'm gonna call time later when we get the next loading screen. Also, you can kick stronger than an atom bomb, by the way. Your kicks are so strong, you can kick past. Like, you're supposed to get pushed back right now. You can actually just kick past the force field. So, yeah, I'm gonna call time soon. So be ready.
Yeah, be ready.
Be ready. And time. So that was F.E.A.R.
Yay.
1.00 and 8%. So I'm gonna let the outro play out, so you can cut the stream whenever you want. But thank you so much for having me. This was kind of last second, but I'm really happy I didn't screw anything up too majorly. Hopefully I was under 1 hour and 10 minutes. Also, helicopters are not good for you.
Yeah, they're bad.
Yeah, they're bad.
We still don't know the
Must
extent of
wait.
the damage.
We haven't been able to get through to anyone.
Be sure to drink your milk, kids.
Yes.
What about Alma? What happened to her? What was that sound?
Cool. Right. And there's also a Wen Chili. I don't know who that is. Nobody knows who she is, but it's a memory of her. Right. Thanks for having me.
Yay!
We did it.
Woo! Now to play F.E.A.R 3.
Oh God.
I mean-
Don't please. Don't. Holy Christ, that game's trash.